Greetings go-goers, welcome back to my channel. Recently I stayed at the Mandalay Bay, and in this video I'm going to tell you a little bit about how my trip went and talk about a few of the things that Mandalay Bay might be able to offer you on your next trip to Las Vegas. Before I do though, I'm going to start with a staff shout out for Jason, who was my server at Orla, Michael Mina's restaurant in the Mandalay Bay. He was a very good server, so Jason, appreciate you very much. One of the things that some of you have asked me to talk about is getting to these strip hotels from the Las Vegas airport. And the Mandalay Bay is very close to the airport. It's in what's called Zone 1 if you're taking a taxi. And taxis have set prices that they do to each zone. So if you're going to Zone 1, it's a set price of $21. Well, I normally take an Uber, which is fast and convenient and easy. And in this case, it was a pretty prime demand time for Uber. And so Uber was asking $26 to get to the Mandalay Bay. So I took a taxi for my very first time ever and saved myself $5. It was great. Of course, that's what I wound up tipping the driver. And I do encourage you to tip your drivers, of course, unless they give you a reason not to. So that location of the Mandalay Bay is in general chalked up as a negative because it is the southernmost casino on the Las Vegas Strip. And so a lot of people say it's away and it's not near the center of the action, and so it's hard to get to, and it's not near a CVS or a Walgreens, and so it's a negative. But there are some positives to the southernmost location of the Mandalay Bay. So number one is getting there from the airport. But it's also the closest hotel to Allegiant Stadium. So if you're going to an event, a game, a concert, something at Allegiant Stadium, it's the closest hotel along with the Delano. And so the location is very, very good for that. Now, this might not be a reason to book a hotel, but it's also the closest hotel to the Las Vegas sign. So if you want to go to the Las Vegas sign, it's about a 12 or 15 minute walk. I did it on this trip, and it was really pretty easy and safe. And so that is another thing that's pretty good about the location. And yeah, it's not close to a CVS or a Walgreens, but it is directly across the street from a liquor store. So you can go there and get some drinks and get some water, and that's really pretty convenient. So it's not entirely a negative. And I don't generally recommend taking kids to Las Vegas, but if you must, Mandalay Bay has some pretty good reasons for being a good family hotel. Number one is the pool, but that location's kind of good because some of the hotels center strip, you walk out the front door and you are faced with some of the grittier aspects of the Las Vegas Strip. And if you don't want your kids to see that, Mandalay Bay is a pretty good choice. Your kids don't have to see some of the humanity that's out on the sidewalk. And so that is really a pretty good deal. As far as getting around, it's pretty easy to get to the Luxor and the Excalibur either walking through the shops at Mandalay Place. There is an indoor walkway that takes you to both of those hotels, or you can go via the Mandalay Bay tram, which gets you to Excalibur super quick, and then you're directly across the street from the MGM Grand and Park MGM and the New York. And it's pretty easy to get to T-Mobile Arena. Last year I stayed at the Delano and I went to a hockey game, a Golden Knights game, and it was super easy to get there on the tram, and then you just walk through New York and you're there, boom. Super easy. So honestly, I don't think that the location of this hotel is necessarily a negative in all cases. Now, if you do want the action and staying in the center of the Strip, it's a negative in that respect. But Mandalay Bay is pretty great for some other reasons. Now, upon getting to the hotel, I went to the priority check-in room, which is available to anyone who is MGM Gold or above, or if you have the MGM credit card, such as I do. And it's pretty quick and convenient because you don't have to wait in line, and they also have water and some snacks in there and very good service. And so if that's available to you, I highly recommend it, and that is a nice amenity to have. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and take a spin around the Mandalay Bay. 43-story Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino opened in 1999 with 3,200 rooms on the site of the former Hacienda Hotel and Casino. This property is the southernmost casino on the Las Vegas Strip and covers 120 acres. Originally developed by Circus Enterprises at a cost of $950 million, ownership was acquired by MGM Resorts International in 2005. While it is still operated by MGM Resorts, ownership has since passed to the Blackstone Group and Vici Properties. The Mandalay Bay has a tropical South Seas theme and includes a second tower called the Delano, which is an 1,100-room all-suites hotel. The Four Seasons Hotel encompasses floors 35 through 39 of the Mandalay Bay Tower and adds 424 luxury rooms to the property, though it is operated separately. Unique features include the 12,000-seat Michelob Ultra Arena, home to the Las Vegas Aces, and various concerts and performances. A smaller music venue on the property is the House of Blues, which has capacity for 1,800 people, and also has a restaurant which is a good venue for breakfast. A much larger venue is just across the street at Allegiant Stadium, which is very convenient for games and concerts as the Mandalay Bay and Delano are the closest hotels to the stadium. The Mandalay Bay is also known for having among the best pool complexes in Las Vegas, known as the Mandalay Bay Beach, which is apt as it contains real sand imported from California. The 11-acre pool area includes a wave pool, a lazy river, and the topless adult sunbathing area known as the Moorea Beach Club. Another unique feature of the Mandalay Bay is the Shark Reef Aquarium, which includes a 1.3 million-gallon shark tank. The $40 million facility opened in 2000 and is the largest aquarium on the Las Vegas Strip. This concludes our spin around the Mandalay Bay. During this stay, I stayed in a resort 2-queen room with a strip view, which is a standard room, so the cheapest room that you can get at Mandalay Bay. And let's go ahead and take a quick look at that room. Let's go ahead and take a slower look at that room. The Resort 2-Queen Strip View rooms are a good size at 550 square feet. Prices vary depending on convention traffic and whatever events might be happening at Allegiant Stadium. Don't forget about the $45 nightly resort fee. So let's start in the bathroom, where we have a double vanity and stone surfaces. We have a separate water closet, very nice. We also have a soaking tub and glass enclosed shower. The shower is kind of small with pump style products. In the main room there is a desk work area with TV media hub. In this case, like I said, 2 queen beds, which are very comfortable, Simmons pillow top mattresses. We have a 42-inch LED TV and a couple chairs for relaxing. There is also floor-to-ceiling windows in this room. I like the way the room is laid out, with the bathroom door situated between the twin lighted closets, where you will find the safe and ironing board. There is a fully stocked mini fridge, but it required some kind of code to get in, and I really didn't want to get in. No personal fridge in this room, which isn't normally a problem for me, as I usually just do the ice in the sink trick. But this was kind of a problem because the ice machine on my floor didn't work, which meant I had to take the stairs to another floor for ice, and that sort of sucked. Also, the TV did not work for part of my stay. Of course, I checked the room for bugs and splatters with a black light, and while there were no bugs and the beds were clean, this room fluoresced a bit more than I would have liked, and could have been cleaner, particularly in the shower. I did have a strip view, but it was just kind of an okay strip view. Nothing too awe-inspiring. So there are many places to eat at the Mandalay Bay, and they're generally either centered around Restaurant Row, or they are located up in the shops at Mandalay Place. Lots of places to eat up there. There is also a food court, which is over by the Reef Aquarium, and that's deep, deep, deep in the back by the convention center. I decided to start by going to lunch at the shops at Mandalay Place at Reef, which is this great Irish pub up there, and I really, really love this place. It has tons of character as well as tons of whiskey. So this place is really cool. And it doesn't even feel like you're in Vegas. They do also have live music, but not on a Tuesday for lunch. And I wanted to go for happy hour because they have a great happy hour, but I was starving, so I wound up there for lunch. And you can't go to an Irish pub without having a pint, so I had a pint. And I went for the lunch special, which was a grilled chicken sandwich, and it was really, really good. I really liked the food at Raw. In addition to a lot of character, the place is really good. Something new that I saw was a robot that collects all the dishes, so that was kind of new. For dinner that night, I went to Orla, which is Michael Mina's Mediterranean spot located in Restaurant Row. And this place is brand new. It's really nice. It looks really nice, and I was really, really excited to eat there. Definitely spanking new. And had a falafel amuse-bouche. That was nice. Then I moved on to the breads and spreads with some baba ganoush and tzatziki. And I wanted the bread because I knew I was going to have some flaming cheese coming my way. So I got the saganaki, and nothing makes you feel like a tourist more than flaming food. But this was great. I really, really like saganaki, and this was very well done with some mushrooms. Really enjoyed it. And I wanted to stick with the tableside theme. So I got some salt-baked sea bream. And they cut it out of the dome for you right tableside. And this was awesome. I mean, this dish was really, really good, and I would recommend this to anybody. Really enjoyed it. Great restaurant. For breakfast the next day, I went to Citizens. Nothing too special. This was not a great culinary journey, but I had a California omelet with some breakfast potatoes. It was a good way to start the day. It was good. Then for lunch, I moved back up to the shops at Mandalay Place to Husong's Cantina. And this place is really quirky and lots of fun stuff to look at there. Really kind of a cool spot. Had a very, very friendly bartender. And I got some tacos, which were really good. So I would recommend this place also. Not cheap, but it was really good. And then for dinner, I kind of skipped dinner and went to the casino and had some fun. And then I went for a couple of cocktails, went to the 1923 Prohibition Bar, which is for the most part a bourbon bar. But this place is really cool, tucked away, and it's a good place to kind of get away from the hustle and bustle of the casino. Really enjoyed it. Once again, friendly bartenders there. And I had a couple of bee's knees, which were a little bit spicy. Really enjoyed that drink. That was really good. And at this point, I'd pretty much skipped dinner. So I went back to Citizens and just got a pepperoni flatbread to take up to the room. And, it filled the void. Did what it was supposed to do. The next morning for breakfast, I went to the Sea Breeze Cafe. Kind of brunchy spot right off the floor of the casino. And got some Eggs Benedict. And they were really good with some breakfast potatoes. It was nice. Then for lunch, I went to Barbecue Mexicana. This was one of the best things that I ate the whole time I was there, a burnt ends burrito. It was awesome. I can't wait to go back there. Mandalay Bay is widely regarded as having one of the best, if not the best, pool complex in Las Vegas. The centerpiece of this 11-acre pool area is the beach and wave pool. This area features 2,700 tons of real sand imported from California. Be sure to bring sandals or water shoes of some kind as the sand gets scorching hot under the Las Vegas sun. Another cool feature of the pool complex is the lazy river.
I personally love lazy rivers, as it's a bit like a regular pool, but you always have somewhere to go, and the view keeps changing. This lazy river features a small waterfall to help keep you cool. Mandalay Bay Beach is family friendly, and you will encounter many kids at this pool area. This is both a pro and a con depending on your point of view and your desired experience. Also, it is just a pretty busy place in general. If you want to stay away from the kiddos, there is the 21 and over Moorea Beach Club, which is top optional for the ladies. Obviously, I have no video of this to show you, and let's face it, this might not be everyone's cup of tea. Also, Delano has its own pool, but that seemed to be kind of just open to anyone who wanted to go in there. The Four Seasons also has a pool, but that's more restrictive, and I was not able to get in there. I do really like the pool area at Mandalay Bay, and if you want to make some great pool time a priority for your Las Vegas vacation, then that should put Mandalay Bay at the very top of your list of hotels in which to stay. A slightly less hospitable place for swimming is the Shark Reef Aquarium, where I wouldn't recommend swimming at all, but it is a nice getaway for the kids of all ages, and it's located in the very back of Mandalay Bay near the Convention Center. I got a comp ticket through the My Vegas app, so for me it was a no-brainer. Admission normally starts at $29 for adults, but there are additional experiences such as feeding stingrays, sharks, and turtles. The Shark Reef Aquarium is the only facility in Nevada accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Visitors will get to enjoy many different types of exhibits featuring alligators and snakes and even a Komodo dragon. Also, there are many different types of fish on display, including piranha, which seem to like watching the people. I personally enjoyed the jellyfish tank as I find that very relaxing. There is also a touch tank where the kids can pet stingrays. The main attraction, of course, is the 1.3 million gallon tank where the larger sharks are kept, and that exhibit is set up to resemble a sunken ship. It's very cool. There's also a plexiglass tunnel where you can watch the sharks swim overhead. Included with your Shark Reef Aquarium ticket is admission to the Undersea Explorer VR Theater, which features 3 different 360-degree 3D virtual reality movies. I saw the one on tiger sharks, and it was great. The casino at Mandalay Bay is big at 148,000 square feet and features 122 table games and 2,400 slot machines. The sports book is one of the largest in Las Vegas. At the time of this visit, the poker room was under renovation, and it is currently in a temporary space next to the tattoo parlor. Of course, there is a high-limit area, including a high-limit slots room. And I will say that even though this is a big casino and has everything you would want, it's really pretty easy to navigate and get around. Now, the Mandalay Bay does have the cardio center, which is small and cramped and has some cardio equipment and a few weights. And it is free, however. They do have a larger gym, but they charge $25 to use it, so I did not go there. Personally, I hate this and I can't condone it because I think the $45 a night resort fee should cover the gym. But if you want to just do a basic workout or do some cardio, you can go to this little spot in the basement and get that done. Okay, so let's wrap this up. So who is this hotel for? Who's going to enjoy staying here? Who's not going to enjoy staying here? I had a pretty good stay, and I like the Mandalay Bay, and I do recommend it, but it wasn't perfect. So let's start with the negatives. Number one, all rooms are different, but my room could have been a little bit cleaner, so that wasn't great. Also, the fact that the TV was broken for part of the time was not great. The fact that the ice machine was broken on my floor was not great. The elevators were a little bit finicky as far as reading your room key and taking you to your floor. And it was especially a problem for anybody who had their key on their phone. I noticed that a lot. People were having a hard time getting the elevator to read their key. So that is not great.
The thing with the gym pisses me off. The fact that they have a bigger, nicer gym that they charge you $25 to use sucks. You get charged a $45 a night resort fee, and that should cover the gym. The last thing is the location. As I mentioned in the intro, the location is not always a negative, but for some people it is, because they want to stay near the center of the strip and be able to walk to the action and see the Bellagio fountain and all that kind of stuff. And for that reason, the location can be a negative for some people. So let's move on to the good stuff, the location. I think there's a lot of positives about the location of this place. And because of the location, Mandalay Bay is generally priced below its amenities. A lot of people say that if it were center strip, it would be one of the top hotels in Las Vegas, and I agree with that. This is a great hotel for anyone who is prioritizing the pool. So the pool complex here is awesome. I love it. And if a pool is a big deal for you, that should put Mandalay Bay right at the top of your list. And that is among the things that make this a good hotel for families, because of the pool and some of the things that I already mentioned about the location, but also because of the Shark Reef Aquarium. So that's something that kids really like, and honestly, I enjoyed checking out the Shark Reef Aquarium also. Something I didn't mention in this video is also the MJ1 Cirque du Soleil show. So if you're a Michael Jackson fan, that's a pretty good thing too. Also, anyone who wants to stay near the airport. This place is very close to the airport, and that's a very good thing. All in all, I had a pretty good stay, and I like the Mandalay Bay. I love its sister property, the Delano. Is one of my favorite hotels in Las Vegas, and I highly, highly recommend that place. But that's for another video, and I hope you'll all tune in to see that. So if you're still with me at this point, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe to my channel. Thank you all very, very much for watching. The most important thing, of course, is that you have a great time on your next trip to Las Vegas. Ciao.